Hi everyone, Barbara Bolt here with Bolt Global. This is the second video in a series I'm recording about making a good impression. And today I'd like to address the issue of appearance. Appearance is something that we can partially control and partially not control. There are things that we can control, like how our face looks and our skin color or eye shape. However, the things that we can control are how we dress and hygiene. I'd like to tell a story today about clothing and what you wear. This story is set in an entrepreneurial context. A local accelerator sponsored a boot camp a few years ago. And at the end of their boot camp, they had a celebration, an evening celebration where all of the participants presented their pitches to a room full of people. I attended this celebration and I happened to sit next to a local angel investor, a gentleman who's older. I think he's maybe in his 80s, but had a very long and successful career as an investment banker in Silicon Valley. He was wearing a button down shirt, nice pair of slacks, and a sport coat. So, one by one, the entrepreneurs who had been through the boot camp got up and made their presentations. And we noticed that they were very casually dressed: jeans, t shirts. One guy might have had a jacket over his t shirt, tenny runners, just very, very casually dressed. And the guy sitting next to me, the angel investor, was commenting about that and kind of grumbling about it a bit. So we got through all of the presentations. I think there were maybe 7 or 8 presentations. And at the end of all of them, he leaned over to me and said, "I wouldn't give any of these people money. They simply didn't look professional or like they cared about how they presented themselves." I found that super interesting. There were generational differences going on there, and there were definite expectations that were different of what casual meant. It turns out that someone in the program had actually told the participants that the event was casual, and they took that very seriously and they interpreted it in a very straight way, like, oh, wow, super casual. That's just so the story is to say that you have to think about who's in your audience. If you have investors in your audience who are older, and older people often have money to invest, you need to think about that. What's their interpretation of casual going to be, and dress appropriately. I hope that story enlightened the situation, and I look forward to seeing you next time.